Our guest today is Scott Adams. Thank you for being here. Well, why don't you give some tips to students that are just starting off out of college, either to starting a business in college or out of college, for entrepreneurs, for young entrepreneurs?
Well, I always would recommend that try to get some experience in the workforce. You know, most of the time you're going to have to work for someone else, and you're going to learn a lot of things. Mostly you're going to learn the things that you don't want to do, or the culture that you don't want to have, or the management style that you shouldn't do.
Given all your experiences in entrepreneurship, have your expectations changed about what students should learn in an academic setting, being young entrepreneurs?
Most entrepreneurs are extremely unfocused at times because they're doing so many things, wearing so many hats, because you have to at the beginning. But once you've figured it out, what the secret model is or the secret sauce, then you need to hand it over to people who are going to do it in more of a traditional or structured or professional way to take it to the next level.
Hiway Technologies ended up becoming one of the largest hosting companies in the world back in 1998. Why don't you tell us a little about how it started and a little about your role in the company?
Well, it started really by an accident. My partner, Bill, and I started a web hosting and design company because we were independent consultants, and we each had had clients, individual clients that wanted websites. So we said, well, why don't we start a business together and do it part-time, and if we can make a couple $1,000s a month one day, we would be thrilled to death. So one thing led to another, and the web hosting business, the web design business, wasn't an area that we were good at, that we learned the hard way. After clients were telling us, you know, change this color, move this over there, and our websites did not look very good. They stunk. So we decided to just let the designers do the websites, and why don't we just do the infrastructure part? And that's how we listened to the marketplace and figured out what we weren't good at.
That's a pretty big step from designing websites to becoming the world's largest hosting company. Why don't you just talk a little bit about some lessons that you learned throughout that and how you grew the company?
Yeah. Well, the most important thing was from the beginning, Bill and I had very complementing skill sets. He was the technical guru and a businessman too, but more on the technical side. I was a businessman and a wannabe technical guru. So, and I didn't step over, I couldn't do what he does, so I didn't get in his way and he didn't get in my way, but we made good decisions together. Sure. So I interfaced with the customers and listened to them and see what they wanted, and then I would document that and communicate with Bill. At the beginning we weren't even in the same city, and Bill would, using the internet, Bill would take all those feedback and then create those into features and applications that our customers wanted with their web hosting service.
So what would you say are the 3 most important keys to success as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a leader?
Well, the first thing is to do your homework and pick a business or a product or a service that customers really need. Not just something that's neat and cool, but something that really solves a problem, saves lives, improves lives, that has a dramatic impact. You have to be willing to swing the bat if you're going to hit a home run. So you have to be willing to take the risk and to move quickly, make good decisions, smart decisions, and if you're wrong, then you're wrong. Move on, learn from it, and don't be scared. Don't be afraid to make a mistake, because if you keep at it, one day you will be successful if you're persistent. If you're going to start having employees and customers, it's important to be honest. So integrity means something, because people aren't motivated to work long hours and all night long for someone that they don't like. So that, those were lessons that I had learned for some of the mentors that I had about their management style. And you have to have a business model that makes sense. You have to be able to provide a service that people are willing to pay for and that you're able to make a profit. If you can't make a profit in a small way, then you're not going to make a profit in a big way if you start to get a lot of customers and you scale.
Sure.
So create your business model, figure it out early. Don't figure it out later, because then it's too late. Then you just lose more money.
For the young students that are going out there today that are trying to get into the corporate world, what are the things that you look for in students and in people when you're hiring them and you want to be involved with them?
Besides integrity and it's just in the follow-up and then do what you say you're going to do. If you make a commitment to something, then, you do it and do it right. And that always impresses people. Because today, and I think in the world, or I guess in the world today, it's hard to find people that really are motivated and excited and are willing to go to the last mile to get the job done and to do it right.
Any final words for all the young entrepreneurship students out there and different people trying to be successmental today?
Yes, one of the successes, or one of the traits that I learned from a early mentor of mine, and he actually taught me by when I used to work, my company used to work for him, is he treated everyone with respect. Doesn't matter how low you were on the totem pole, and he was a very successful man, but I always was motivated to work hard for him because he always looked me in the eye, remembered my name, asked me how I was doing, and was truly interested. So I always wanted to do a good job for him. So I said, you know what? This guy just taught me something. That's the way that I need to, if I become a manager and get the opportunity, this is the way I need to do it too.
Thank you very much, Scott, for being here in Kimberly.